Hello wonderful people, once again welcome to my channel. This is AdjoTech Hub, and this channel is dedicated to teaching young programmers how to code from scratch. We are going to teach you coding using different programming languages, but this lesson is dedicated to teaching you how to program using what? Python. In this lesson we are going to show you how to create simple Python variables and then print them onto your screen. So without much ado, let's jump straight into action. Okay, so I'm going to create a variable and I'm going to call this variable name. And in Python, you just create a variable by just typing the name. So this variable is going to hold my name. So using the equal to sign, I want to assign whatever value on the right to what is on the left. So what is on the left is my variable name. We are going to learn the rules in creating variables in our subsequent lessons. So remember, you need to subscribe to this channel in order to and turn on the notification button in order to get notification anytime we upload new videos. So I'm going to go ahead, because this is a string, I'm going to put it into what? A quotation mark. So I'll say Timothy. Okay, Timothy, and that's my what? Name. I'm going to print this out straightforward. So that's how to print to what? The screen. So I'm going to call this variable name. If I run this code, you notice that this has been printed direct onto my display, which is exactly what we want to do. So we now know how to print direct into our screen using what? Python. You notice I'm using the Jupyter notebook, and I'll show you more, or I'll tell you more about Jupyter notebook in our subsequent lesson. I think I have to do a video on the configuration of Jupyter notebook. In this case, I installed Anaconda, and through Anaconda I'm able to access what? The Jupyter notebook. There's other IDEs that you can use to run Python program. We have the PyCharm, and you can even use the VSC code editor, but for now I'm sticking to the Jupyter notebook. So let's go ahead and then create another variable. In this variable I'm going to call it what? Age, and it's going to store age, which is going to be a string. Sorry, age is going to be an integer, so I don't need to put into quotation mark. I can go ahead and just type 79. I assume that's my age, but I'm not up to that age. This is just by the way. So let's move ahead and then print this age to the user. So if I say print, let me just call the variable now. So I'm calling what? Age. Let me run this code, and then bam, I have my age printed out. So let's go ahead and then do something more unique. I'm going to create two variables and then try to add them. So notice Python can do several things for us. So let's try our hands on few of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a variable called num1, and then we will assign this variable of what? Let's say 45. Remember, this is an integer, so we don't need to put into quotation mark. I'll go ahead and create my second variable. Let me call it num2, and then this one will be 50 what? 4. So I can go ahead. Now we know how to print. So to print this two, let's say print, and then we'll call the first num1, and then plus to add this first number to the second one. As simple as that. Let's run this code and see what we've got so far. Wow. So you notice that we'll be able to print the addition of these two numbers. We can go ahead and change this to what? Multiplication. Using multiplication, we use the star. So if I run this code, you notice that it has multiplied these two numbers for us. So this is some of the few things you can do with what? Python. This is just the beginning, and then you need to subscribe in order to get amazing and details educational tutorials on using Python. They want to create a lot, and remember, Python can do a lot for you. You can use Python in data analysis, machine learning, and the rest. So for now, this is just the basis. We've learned how to create variables, and our subsequent lesson we will learn different data types in Python. Subscribe and then turn on the notification, and then remember, this channel is here to energize you. Even if you are giving up in coding, we are going to have time for you and teach you everything. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial.